Hey everybody, this is Michael here, just doing some walking and talking again. And as I was walking tonight, I was thinking about a couple simple things. Started off by saying how thankful I am for my body, right? And yet at the same time, realizing as thankful as I am for the body, I am not my body. For we are all eternal spirits having a human experience. So I was saying to myself, I will allow my body to be where it is. And yet, I will also take my body where I need it to go. The body, after all, is our temple, our vessel that we are housed in order to experience the world around us, in order to experience this realm, this dimension. And with all of that, then it is supremely valuable. And yet, as all things, it will age. And at some point, it will decay. For those of you who are a little bit older now, like me, you've reached midlife, you've already begun to feel and experience the differences in your body as you age in a number of different ways. Many times we're taught to fight this process. I know that's one of my things. I know it seems out there in Western culture that we need to stay young forever, right? And the reality is, it's a nice sentiment. But the truth is, the body, like anything here in the physical world, ages, is impacted by the physical world, the realm and the dimension it is in, by time, and thus we have the aging process. So as I was walking, I was saying to myself, I will honor and respect my body for what it provides for me. I do not worship the body because I am not the body. But I realize the value of my body. I also realize it is my responsibility to move my body, to do the things for my body which used to come so much more naturally. We don't realize until we get older how good of shape we were in as kids, simply because we were kids. And simply because the body is very new and providing us with a lot of hormones and a lot of things that we still continue to have in our older years, just in diminished amounts. And all of that is normal. Speaking from my experience only and what comes across in social media feeds and different things, there's this message that's put forth that even at 55 we should be, extremely fit and full of muscle. And the simple fact is, when you were in your 20s, your late teens, you didn't really have to do anything. You just had to kind of live life and you had muscle, right? Now if you just live life, because our activity is different, right? Now if you just live life, you have to be much more conscious about what are you doing with your body. Are you giving it the movement it needs? Are you giving it the strength that it needs? Are you working with it in order to not make yourself younger, but in order to be able to meet it where it's at, that you may continue to experience all that you can for as long as you can with this vessel. So much of our programming and what's in the collective teaches us to strive again to be as though we were in our 20s. There's people before that have said, well, I'm in better shape now than I was in my 20s. Maybe that's true. Maybe they were fairly inactive in their 20s. But for the most part, I say, yeah, you're full of shit. Because the reality is, you've forgotten how easy it was to do things in your 20s when you didn't even have to work at it. I was telling a friend the other day about some videos that I watch every now and then, and it's of a man or something, 35, 40 years old, 45, somewhere, that may be jumping out of the back of a pickup truck, right? It's parked. They were unloading something from the pickup truck, so they just hopped down from the pickup truck onto the pavement before, and they start walking away, and then they stop and they turn around and they see their body laying there on the ground, and they crack me up because, it's them forgetting that they're not 20 anymore, right? And I was telling a friend the other day how my mom tells a story of me when I'm in my 20s. I had long hair and looked a lot better than it does now. There was even more of it. And I also had a long leather trench coat on. It was unzipped, so it was open. It looked like a big cape or something as I'm walking around. And as I'm walking through the mall with her, there's a park bench. And it's a park bench, that has a back on it and everything to support your back as you sit down. So it's probably 3 feet high or something. And just out of nowhere, I just took off, took a few big steps, and jumped right over this bench in the middle of the mall. Didn't take me anything to do it. Didn't think twice about it. Didn't think, oh my gosh, you shouldn't do this, you're not gonna make it. Just did it. With ease. And my mom says, oh, I always remember you doing that. And I always think, oh my gosh, who's watching? As a mother would, But she also comments how easily I just flew over that, right? Without a thought in the world. And that's the difference, right? If I see a bench now like that, I'm going to say, well, yeah, if I really wanted to, I could do it. But even if I did it, it's not going to be as smooth as it was when I was in my 20s, whenever I did that, right? It's not going to be as graceful. I still might be able to do it, but it's going to take a lot more effort. And truth is, I'm probably going to feel it a little bit. To me, this is what having a good relationship with your body is about. It's coming to the realization and you stop trying to be the previous versions of yourself. This is the stage of life you are in. Allow it to be what it is. And have the privilege to take on the responsibility of doing whatever it is that you need for your body. Make sure you're giving it the rest that it needs. Right? When we were younger, we just went. You know? As we're a little bit older, hey, you know, give it the rest that it needs. Also, give it the movement that it needs. Also, give it some of the strength things that you need, you know. When I'm out on a walk lots of times, especially in the morning and especially in the cooler seasons, because I don't like doing it when it's 90 degrees out, you know. But when I'm on a walk in the morning, they have these, there's these picnic tables, and they're at different points throughout my walk. And they're metal. There's some I know that are lighter, and there's some that are heavier. So depending on where I'm at during that walk, depending on what my body's feeling like at the moment, will dictate, am I doing the low one? Am I doing the lighter one? Or am I doing the heavier one, right? And then I'll just go and I'll squat down and I'll get underneath the edge of the long edge, or the short edge, excuse me, of the picnic table. And we'll just, you know, do like a dead squat kind of. Push the table up, and then as my legs come up, then I push the table up as far as it can go here, bring it back down, go down into the squat position, and do a number of those. And then I'll walk a little more, hit the next picnic table, and do that. It's a simple way, right, to add into the walk, to add in a little bit of some flexibility, to add in a little bit of strength. Strength training, I guess you would call it, making sure I'm using muscles that I might not be using when I'm sitting during the day, and simple things like that. So this whole video is really about just honor your body, respect your body for where it is, for what it's been through, for everything that is provided for you. I know to my body, I've made apologies to my body before, and many times because of the fact that I took my body for granted. And I just used it and abused it and pushed it and pushed it and pushed it. And when it was telling me, I can't, I need some rest, I just ignored it and pushed it even more. Now, I understand there are times when that is beneficial. When you're up against a wall, when you're up against a barrier in your life and you have to push through that barrier sometimes, I understand that. But that should not be a consistent way of life. And I was living that way consistently, pushing it, always asking it to give me more, even when it was screaming at me in exhaustion. And now it's so wonderful to just be able to say, you know what? I've done a lot today. And even if I haven't done a lot today, to meet my body wherever it's at, to give it what it needs. This can be anything from physical movement to stretching, to balance exercises, to qigong, tai chi, kung fu, yoga, running, cycling. It could be food, it could be drinks, whatever it is, right? So many things. But to be thankful and grateful for your body, for getting you to this place in life, and also for the relationship that you have with your body. Your body is not the master. You are the master of your body, right? The body is here to serve you, and yet in its service, we also have to meet the body where the body is. When I used to teach Tai Chi, I used to tell the class, you know, most of the individuals in the Tai Chi class were around my age, middle age, or seniors. And actually, I'm classified as a senior now as well, but hey, I get senior discounts now. So I would tell them, always meet yourself where you are. Use your discernment to know, is this a time to push? Or is this just a time to recognize the limits of your body where it is? And we would talk about the fact that, let's face it, sometimes you go to bed, you feel great, your body feels great, you wake up, you have no idea what happened in the night. But something ain't right. Your shoulder isn't working right. Your knee isn't working right. Or whatever thing it is, right? It just happens. And so some weeks, maybe you're able to do Tai Chi really well. Other weeks, that same move, your body's just like, can't do it. So I would always say, meet your body where it is and modify whatever movement it is if you need to. If it hurts and causes pain to raise your arm up this high, don't raise your arm up that high this week. Give your body what it needs, meet it where it's at. So I want you to take the time, I want to encourage you to just take the time and meet your body where it is, to be grateful for what your body has provided, and to give thanks and give honor and give respect for this magnificent body which helps you have the experiences in this life, which helps you experience everything that this wonderful place has to offer. And with that, blessings and love to each of you.